Welcome back. In this video, we'll walk through how maintenance routines are set up and configured in the system. We'll start by searching for a routine and opening the Routine Setup application. Here, you can see a list of all the maintenance routines already defined. For example, this one is named AC electromagnetic yoke, which represents the routine we'll review. Now let's take a look at the information maintained for a routine. The system automatically generates a routine ID, while the routine name can be defined by the user. For example, I've named this one AC electromagnetic yoke. Next, we have the routine type, which can be configured as one of three options. The first type is Preventive Maintenance, which is used for scheduled upkeep. Then we have Calibration, which is meant for equipment or tools calibration. And finally, there's Cleaning, which covers regular cleaning tasks. You can also set the criteria for the routine, such as whether it's time-based or usage-based. If it's time-based, you'll need to specify the frequency. In this case, the interval is set to 180 days, meaning the routine repeats every 180 days. Additionally, you can define the criticality level, indicating how important the routine is, as well as the execution time, which specifies how long the task takes to complete. Here, the execution time is 2 hours. You can also define a list of categories to classify the routines based on their specifications or intended purpose. Categories can be created using a drop-down list, and the applicable one can be selected for each routine. Another important field here is Carried Out By, which basically tells us who performs the routine and how it's executed. If it's preassigned, that means the task is handled internally by resources that are already designated for it. If it's outsourced, then an external vendor or service provider takes care of it. And if it's set to open, it gives you flexibility. The routine can be done internally if you have the resources, or outsourced if you don't. For now, we'll stick with the preassigned option. In the next video, we'll look more closely at the other modes as we go through creating a new routine. Another key piece of information in the routine setup is the due date notification. Since equipment is often out in the field with delivery leads, crew leads, or project teams, they might not always know when calibration or maintenance is coming up. Due date notifications make sure the right people are informed ahead of time, so you can keep track of schedules, maintain equipment properly, and run operations smoothly without any disruption. Here we can also set the notification period. In this example, it's set to 21 days. That means if a calibration or maintenance routine is due on, say, the 30th of the month, the system will automatically send a notification on the 9th, 21 days in advance. Next, we define who should be notified. There are two main options. First is Asset User. This is the person currently using the equipment. They receive a notification so they can return the tool or asset for calibration and arrange for a replacement if needed. Another is Portfolio Owner. This, the person who is the custodian responsible for managing the equipment inventory. They need to know which items are due so they can prepare replacements, coordinate calibration, and ensure availability for the service or project teams. This ensures that both the end user and the custodian are aligned, allowing smooth scheduling of calibration or maintenance without disruption to operations. Another important section is the execution steps. This defines how the routine should be carried out, whether it's a calibration, preventative maintenance, or cleaning routine. You can create and customize the step-by-step instructions here based on the type of routine being configured. You can also define additional details for the routine. For example, you can create a state with a state name and specify whether status tracking is required. Along with that, you can provide guidelines or instructions for the executors, ensuring they follow standard procedures while carrying out calibration or maintenance on the equipment. The next section is Allocation Rules. If the execution type is set to preassigned, then allocation rules become mandatory. Here, you define responsibilities within an operating unit or location. For example, one person may be assigned for planning, monitoring, and coordination, while another person may be responsible for executing the task based on their skills and competence. In this demo environment, we've assigned both planning and execution to the same user for simplicity. However, in real-world scenarios, these roles are usually separated across different people to ensure proper responsibility and accountability. Another important aspect is material requirements. For example, a cleaning routine may need consumables or cleaning supplies, while a calibration routine might require specific tools, test equipment, or, in some cases, nothing at all. Here, you can list the items needed, set the quantities, and link them to the routine so everything is ready and available when it's time to carry out the work. Now, let's look at prerequisites. These are the requirements that must be taken care of before you can carry out a routine. For instance, the first step could be making sure the equipment is collected from the user and that a replacement tool is arranged. You can also add supporting documents or proof, like confirmation that the user has been informed or that a backup tool is ready. While prerequisites aren't mandatory, they're very helpful. They keep the planning organized, avoid last-minute issues, and make sure the routine is executed smoothly from start to finish. That covers the current routine setup. In the next video, we'll walk through the process of creating a new routine from scratch, setting up execution steps, and exploring the full configuration options available in this application.